guys, I know we're in May, but I thought it was finally time for me to get around to doing my project polish introduction and also my first update as well. So I've been delaying this video for so long now, but I've finally finished uni, bar a couple of exhibitions in June. All my assignments are handed in, finished uni, 3 years of hard work. So hopefully this summer I will be uploading super regularly, but yeah, it wouldn't hold me to it. But yeah, I'm excited to get more content up for you guys. So without any more delay, I guess I better get straight into showing you what polishes I've been trying to use up already, this year. Last year I was able to pan quite a few nail polishes actually in my main project pan. And since it was my first year panning last year, I kind of did everything all together. But this year I wanted to spread, my project polish out and pan that palette. Mainly just to give you guys more content, but as we all know that hasn't happened. Yeah, I just really wanted to focus on even more nail polishes this year. I found it quite easy to actually get through quite a few nail polishes, so I really wanted to continue this journey and get my nail polish collection down to a much more reasonable size. I still don't have like that many polishes, but it is around like the 40 mark, which is still quite high for like the average person. And there's definitely a few colours that I don't reach for or are just very old in my collection. I decided that I was going to split this project up into the different seasons, so pick up 4 different polishes for each season. And I also decided that I wanted to put in 2 glitter polishes into this project just to encourage me to get more use out of them. So I have a colour wheel here with my current kind of nail polishes on here. I will be adding my summer polishes onto this colour wheel in just a minute, but I'm going to start off by introducing you into the 2 glitter nail polishes that I wanted to use throughout the whole year. The first one is the Essie multi-dimension top coat in the shade Sparkle on Top, and it's just a clear glitter, and sparkle top coat. I really wanted to try and use this polish up because it was getting a little bit old, but I just found that it was so watery and it just was a pain to apply really, because I would apply a coat and you couldn't even tell that I'd used this, so you ended up having to build it up like 3 layers after already painting my nails with like 2 coats of a colour. I just felt like this wasn't working for me anymore. I don't know if you can see the line, it's probably worn off a little bit, but I didn't make any progress on this. I decided after 2 uses that was it. I couldn't be bothered to waste my time to try and use this throughout the rest of the year, so straight away that was one nail polish like decluttered. The other one again is from Essie. This is the top coat in Stroke of Brilliance, and it's just a blue glitter and sparkle top coat. I'm right near the top of this. I've used this a handful of times. You can see this on the nails much more easily than this one, and the formula is a little bit thicker, so at the moment this one's still working well, but honestly I don't reach for glitter very often. But we're keeping it in the project just to encourage me to get some use out of it. So obviously this project started off in January, so I had 2 months of using my like winter nail polishes, and I will go back to using them in November and December. So this is what my selection looked like for winter. I actually found picking out my winter nail polishes to be quite difficult. I didn't really know what sort of colours I wanted to go with, so I ended up picking, a couple more darker shades and then like a nude, just so it was really easy to wear. The first polish that I had on my colour wheel was from Maybelline, and this is the Forever Strong Super Stay 7 Days Gel Nail Polish colour, and this is in the shade Surreal. It's a really gorgeous bluey purple, I don't know, it's such a unique colour in my collection, but I've had this one around in my collection for a while now. I absolutely adore the formula and have used so much of other shades in this formula, but this one hasn't really got that much use. I don't know if you can see the top line there was at the beginning of the year, and then the bottom line was where I was at the beginning of April, which was the introduction of my spring nail polishes. So I only made a little bit of progress with this polish, but I'm hoping, once we go back into the winter months, I can pick up a little bit more pace with this polish. Next we have a red, and this one here is from Model's Own. It's the Hyper Gel formula, and this shade is Red Luster. I love the colour, it's like a nice bright red. However, the formula is not the best. I find it doesn't last that long, and for such a bold, bright colour, I want the formula to be really opaque. And I found that with 2 coats I could still see, you know, my nails peeking through, and I just can't be bothered to paint, you know, a 3rd layer of this onto my nails. I just think it's a bit too much. That polish is being decluttered. Next up I have this small polish here, and this is the Nail Paint Palette London polish. I'll link the video down below where I basically made my own colours with a kit that I had received a few Christmases ago. But I made this really lovely deep purple shade. The formula was a little bit tricky to work with. It was a little bit streaky, it kind of stained everywhere. The brush was quite small, obviously the bottle was quite small anyway, and I just found it really difficult to apply, and that was on my toes. I just didn't have the patience to even attempt to paint my hands with this polish. I don't see the point of forcing myself to use something that I'm not enjoying. So yeah, that was another one that straight away was gone out of my collection. For my last winter nail polish pick, I wanted something that I could easily wear for all occasions and pretty much all year round actually, and that ended up being Essie's Buy Me a Cameo. It's a really lovely metallic rose gold shade. I have actually made quite a bit of progress. I feel like, considering how much I used this, I didn't make as much progress as I feel like I should have done. I think by the end of the year this will be done, if not before then, to be honest, because it is a polish that I enjoy wearing on my nails. Now it's time to introduce you to my spring selection. So that is what the colour scheme looks like there. So a couple of pastel shades and then some brighter colours in there as well. So again, I just picked 4 nail polishes that I wanted to use, and for the spring shades there were definitely some in here that I already had pretty good progress on. The first one was the Barry M Speedy Quick Dry polish in the shade Eat My Dust, and I really love this colour. The top line is my introduction for this polish in April. The bottom line was at the beginning of May for when it was meant to be the start of my summer nail polishes pick, but because I was at uni I didn't actually have them with me. But here at the end of May I have finished this nail polish up. Next I have another one of these Maybelline polishes, and this is in the shade Mint for Life. The top line was where I was at the beginning of April, and the bottom line is where I was at the beginning of May, and I still have a few more uses left in this. I will probably continue using this into the summer months because I feel like I'm so close to using this up, but I'm sure by my next update this one will be done. A polish that really hasn't got that much use is from Estee Lauder. This was part of like a gift with purchase. It's in the shade Beautiful Liar. It's such a lovely formula. It's really opaque and I can get away with just doing 1 coat on this. I normally do 2 anyway just because I feel like it finishes the look, but yeah, if I'm in a rush I could definitely just do 1 coat of this polish. The formula is really nice, but I am basically still right at the top. I've only used it once since putting it in my project, so there really isn't any progress on this, but it's definitely a polish that I will continue trying to use throughout the year. And then the last polish that I had as part of my spring picks was this one here from the collection. This is the Hot Look 60-second polish in the shade 55 Bright Lights. This is a really lovely coral shade. It's just the perfect amount of like brightness and orange and pink and like red. It's just a really lovely coral. The top line was where I was at the beginning of April, and the bottom line is where I am at now. There's not much left in here, and it is another polish that I will continue using in the summer months. I definitely think I can whip this out very soon. So now it is time to introduce you into my summer picks. I've only just finalised this and literally just painted them onto my colour wheel. These 4 here are my summer picks, so if we show them next to my spring ones, I think a couple might look the same, but in person they are very different. So the first one that I have is a blue. This is another Maybelline one. This is the shade Uptown Blue, and the line is where I'm currently at. So I am hoping to finish this polish off. I'm also hoping to finish off this Maybelline polish in the shade Hot Salsa. So again, the line is where I'm at. It's a little bit lower than the blue one. The next one is another brighter polish. This is from Barry M. This is their Jelly High Shine nail polish in the shade Greenberry, or Greenberry actually. I've got over half a bottle left of this one, so I'm not quite sure if I'll be able to get it completely done. And then the last colour as part of my summer selection is something a little bit more wearable, a little bit more muted, and that is another Barry M polish. This is one of their Coconut Infusion, and it doesn't actually have the shade on here, but I believe it's called Surfboard, and the formula is meant to be really good for your nails as well. I don't think you even need a base coat with this. Haven't used too much of this polish before. Again, not quite sure whether I will be able to finish it completely within the summer, considering I am still wanting to use up these two shades from the spring selection. So that is it for today's video. I will be updating you guys when it is time to introduce my autumn picks, which will be in September. I feel like at the moment I haven't done quite as well as last year, but I'm sure in a couple of months I will be flying through this kind of current selection of polishes. So I'm really excited to keep you guys updated. Definitely stay tuned, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!